Kat Ferguson is a world champion who makes winning look easy. So we sat down with her after a victory in the first round of the British National Road Series this year to see what you can learn from one of the world's best up-and-coming riders. We're starting off here on the first lap, and this is a big attack that you make first time up Saltburn Bank. Talk us through that. Why attack here so early on?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit out of excitement. I just saw Saltburn Bank and I hadn't recce the course or anything, so I thought, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to see how the legs feel and see how everyone else's legs are, and decided to go from pretty much bottom to top. Maybe not max, but hard enough to hopefully make a split. And I think I did that, but it did get reined in the end, I'm pretty sure.
Do you ever feel, how does that affect you, an effort like that early on? Does it take much out of your legs?
I would say yes and no. The initial attack definitely burns some matches, as my cross coach likes to use an analogy. But then, sort of, when you establish and you're all working together in the group, maybe not so much. I think it's good to just test your legs and burn maybe a match to see if the move can stick, and then you sort of know how everyone is and if the course maybe is one for a break or not.
Yeah, and we just see here, this is probably the big moment in the race for you, this fall, and then the ensuing chase. Talk us through, what happened there and how did it affect you?
Yeah, so the following laps before this, I'd been going like pretty well around that corner, and I do think I'm a decent descender. Obviously not here, but I'd managed to like really gain places on that corner the previous lap. So I thought I'm going to keep continuing doing this, and I was moving round the DAS rider, and yeah, my wheels just slid from underneath me. I'm not sure. Don't think maybe there was gravel there, but I don't think there was. I think it was just me maybe getting a bit too confident on that corner, and yeah, silly mistake, and how to do a bike change. But I actually got back up and carried on, went up the whole climb, and realised that my steering tube had like snapped. So when I was wanting to go left, my bike was taking me right, so I had to stop again at the top of Saltburn.
You've crashed at the bottom, you've gone up, and the bike's broken. And I think if we pause it here, you can actually see you're already on, the different bike. This is the first time you've ridden this bike, right?
Yeah, this is one of it was just a team spare, I think. I've never ridden it before, but I'm glad it was there because I'm a spare bike for this race.
Do you have, some wheels that you're thinking you need to follow right at the beginning of the race, or is that just something that you work out as the race goes on?
Yeah, so before a race, I'd normally look at the stat list and identify the stronger riders, but I think when it comes down to the final, you've got to just have an open mind and see who's actually there.
Talk us through this final kilometre, and what's your thought process, if there is a thought process, leading into this final climb?
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that I was either first or second wheel, and then literally, I think from this bend here, it really starts to ramp up and you've got no more momentum anymore from the corner. So that was where I was going to go, just hard as I could. And yeah, it worked. You can see me looking back there because I realised, oh, I'm going to hesitate a little bit and then go again. And I think, yeah, that seated drive and then getting out the saddle just as I reached the summit, yeah, I managed to get away. So,
and you're seated here rather than standing. Is there a reason for that? Do you find you get more power seated?
At my sort of rider type, like I have quite a low cadence and I'm often seated. So I think, yeah, you can see that here on this final climb. I only choose to get out of the saddle just as the summit, and that's to sort of change gear and get on top of a bigger gear. So yeah. This video was part of a longer interview with Kat Ferguson analysing her victory in the East Cleveland Classic earlier in the season. If you want to watch the full video, you can do that by heading over to Monument Cycling TV and subscribing for free now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.